Good morning, children. How are you all? Okay, I am also fine. So, in the last class we have studied about the coal and petroleum. So, these are the natural resources. Usually, the definition of natural resources also we have studied in the last class. That is the things which are available in our nature and which are useful to us. Those are called as natural resources. The natural resources, some are unlimited and some are limited. Okay, if you are using continuously some natural resources, they will get deplenished, means they will get finished, they are limited, and some natural resources are there, they are unlimited. For example, sunlight. You take sunlight, okay, so sunlight it is not a limited, means it is a unlimited. Whatever, means how much you want sunlight, you can use that one. Again, it will comes in the means it is remains the same. So that is a unlimited. Air is also unlimited. That is the inexhaustible natural resources. Okay, the inexhaustible natural resources means what? The things are the natural. These are the natural resources, and they are unlimited quantity, means their presence is unlimited quantity in the nature. For example, sunlight and air. These are the examples for what? Inexhaustible natural resources. And exhaustible means what? Exhaustible means by the human activities, by using continuously, they are limited, means they will get finished one day. So, and also to get it needs more years, that is a millions of years. So that's why those are called as exhaustible. Exhaustible means what? These are the natural resources and they are limited. Okay, limited quantity. Their presence is a limited quantity. For example, the fossil fuels. So what do you mean by fossil fuel? So fossil fuel means what? What is fossil fuel? Okay, see here, fossil fuel means what? Fossil fuel. Okay, so the fuel which is obtained by the dead animals or the dead plants, the dead materials or the dead remains. So that is nothing but the fossil fuel. It takes millions of years. It will not manufacture, or it is not manufactured by man, and it is not produced within 2 to 3 days. Okay, it needs millions of years, and also certain conditions. We can't produce in the laboratory petrol and diesel. Okay, it takes millions of years and certain conditions are there. So that is a high pressure, high temperature, in the absence of oxygen. So there are so many conditions are there. In that conditions only the fossil fuels will be produced. But nowadays whatever we are using the fossil fuels like coal, petroleum, so these are nothing but the fossil fuels. They comes from the dead remains. Okay, and it takes millions of years. Okay, so the fossil fuels are the examples for exhaustible natural gases. So these are what? Exhaustible natural gases, means they are in the limited quantity. If we are continuously using, they will get finished one day. Okay, and to regain, it needs more years. That is a more or millions of years we need. So that's why. So the exhaustible natural resources we have to use judiciously. Okay, use judiciously. We'll study about that one. That is a PCRA, Petrol Conservation and Research Association. They advises us how to use the petrol and diesels. Okay, now we'll study about the fossil fuel. Already in the last class we have studied about one of the important fossil fuel, that is a coal. About coal, yesterday we have studied. So that is a coal. Coal means what here? It is a black color. I think you might heard the name coal. So where we use coal. So what is the importance of coal and how we get the coal? Already we have studied. Once again I will revise that one. Coal is nothing but it is a black color. Okay, it is a black color solid. Means just like a stone. Usually coal is a fossil fuel, and how the coal is formed. Okay, how the coal is formed and what is the use of coal nowadays. And in the earlier days also the coal was used. In the earlier days coal was used for cooking purpose and in the steam engines. To run the steam engines like a train and all, they were using the coal in that time for generating the heat by burning the coal and by boiling the water, that water converts into steam, and with the steam pressure the engine will move from one place to the other place. Means that's why they were using the coal. Nowadays we are not using the coal in the trains and all. Nowadays we are using the electrical and metro train and all. They are light electrical trains and diesel engines we are using. But in the earlier days the trains were running by the coal, by the burning of coal. Okay, and here the coal, it is a black color solid and just like a stone, and it was used in the earlier day for cooking the food and to generate the steam engines. Okay, to run the steam engines. But nowadays we are also using this coal as a fuel or for the most industries, and in the thermal power plant. In the thermal power plant also we are using the coal. Thermal power plant. Okay, so in thermal power plant also we are using the coal nowadays to produce electricity, to generate electricity. We are using the coal in thermal power plant. Okay, and next after that the different products of coal. Okay, by some processes the different products of coal, that is a coal, it converted into coke, coal tar, coal gas, like that. Before that we should study about that the formation of coal. In the last class also we studied that how the coal is formed. Okay, that is the formation of coal. Okay, see here. Formation of coal. So that is by the carbonization method. Okay, see here the vegetative materials or the plant in the earlier days or before millions of years back, 300 million years ago, there is a dense forest. There was a dense forest present in the lower regions of in the area, or in some earth is covered with, almost all earth is covered with the forest, dense forest, because of some natural calamities like earthquake or by the flood and all. Those plants, that forest, they get buried under the earth crust at a high temperature and high pressure. After millions of years, that converts into coal. And that process, it is very slow process. That process is called as carbonization. It is called as a carbonization. What is carbonization? It is a slow process of conversion of the plant and the tree. It means the forest materials convert into the coal by high pressure and high temperature under the earth crust. That is called as carbonization. Okay. The next here, after the coal, so the different products of coal. What are the products of coal here? The different products of coal. Usually, so the different products of coal. The first one is coke. Okay, coke. It is nothing but one of the product of coal, and it is a pure form of carbon. Okay, so see here, carbon, pure form of carbon. Coke is a pure form of carbon, and it is obtained by the coal, by heating the coal. And so here, use of coke, where it is used? It is used in the manufacturing of steel. In the steel industries we are using the coke. Steel industries, and also for the extraction of metals, like so many metals like aluminium, iron, okay, copper, gold. In the extraction of metals we are using coke as a reducing agent. So that is a coke. So see here, coke is nothing but it is obtained from coal, and it is a pure and porous form of carbon, and it is used in the manufacturing of steel industries, and it is also used in the extraction of metals. Okay, the second one, coal tar. So coal tar, it is a thick liquid, black color thick liquid. Coal tar is a black color thick liquid. Okay, it is a black color thick liquid coal tar, and it is a unpleasant odor. Odor means what? Smell. So the smell is unpleasant smell, and it is a black color thick liquid. Usually the coal tar, it is used in it is having the high advantages, and it is mainly used in the manufacturing of perfumes. Whatever perfume we are using, that perfume is made by the coal tar perfumes, and naphthalene balls. Whatever we are using the insecticide, like to kill the insects and all, we are using the moth ball or naphthalene ball, and this coal tar, it is also used for the photographic pictures, and coal tar is also used in the manufacturing of paint, plastic. Okay, so it is having the, and also these coal tar is used as an explosives. Explosives also we are using the coal tar. So this is about the coal tar. The next one after this coal tar, the coal gas. So usually coal gas is also one of the product of coal. It forms during the coal gas, usually the conversion of coal into coke. During the conversion of coal into coke, there is a coal gas will be produced, and this coal gas is also used in the industries to generate the heat. Coal gas is also used. So this is about what? The coal. And the next one is a petroleum. Okay, so after the coal, now we have to study about the petroleum. So what is a petroleum? Petroleum is also petroleum. So petroleum is also here petroleum is also nothing but a fossil fuel. So it is petroleum is a fossil fuel. So it is a fossil fuel, means it is obtained same just like a coal, but here in the absence of oxygen, but the petroleum is nothing but it is a product of the dead and decaying animals. When the animals or sea animals in the bed of the sea, at the bottom of the sea, what happens? The animals which are the aquatic animals, so after the death there is a formation of a layer, like this layer. In that layer, the sand and mud particles, they will be deposited on the dead animals, and that dead animals at a high pressure and a high temperature. The dead animals at a high pressure and high temperature. After millions of years, in the absence of air, that converts into what? Petrol and petroleum products. So petroleum, it is one of the, it is also called as a black gold. Okay, so the petroleum is nothing but petroleum is also a fossil fuel which is obtained by the animals, the decay of animals after millions of years at a high pressure and high temperature. So that is a petroleum products. And petroleum refining. So how we can refine? By digging the well, we are getting the petroleum, and from the petroleum we are extracting different components like a petrol, diesel, kerosene, lubricating oil, and paraffin wax, bitumen. So there are different products, means there are different products from the petroleum. The conversion of petroleum into different constituents is called as a petrol refining. In the petrol refinery machines and in the petrol refinery factories, what they will do, directly we are not getting petrol, diesel separate, but they are combined state, and that is called as a petroleum. Petroleum, it is a unpleasant smell or unpleasant odor, and petroleum, it is a black color liquid. And here in the extraction of when we dig the wells and bore wells to extract the Petro means what? It is present in the rocks, between the rocks. Okay, Petra means rock. Petra means rock. Oleum means what here? Oil. So we are getting the oil from the between the rocks. So that's why it is called as a petroleum. So petroleum is a fossil fuel. To obtain the petroleum products, it takes millions of years at a high pressure and a high temperature. Okay, the different products of petroleum are, so see here, the different products of petroleum, that is a the petroleum get refining. So the petroleum refining, after the refining, what do you mean by refining? So the petroleum, whatever, it is a crude oil. Okay, it is a crude oil. That petroleum, it separates into different constituents. Okay, into different compositions. So that is the different parts. That is the diesel, petrol, okay, kerosene, and liquid petroleum gas, LPG, paraffin wax, bitumen. Okay, so these are the different constituents togetherly forms what? That is the petroleum. By the petrol refining, we are getting petrol. So that is a liquid petroleum gas. Liquid petroleum gas. So it is also called as a LPG. Where we are using LPG? Where we are using LPG? Very good. In your home, the cylinders for cooking the food as a fuel, we are using the LPG. LPG is nothing but liquefied petroleum gas. And how it is obtained? So it is nothing but during the refining of petroleum, you get the liquid petroleum gas. Okay, and the next, it is used for cooking the food and used as a fuel. Okay, next one is a petrol. I think you know about petrol pump, petrol. Okay, where we are using petrol? Good. For the fuel. For the light vehicles, usually car and two-wheelers, we are using the petrol. Light vehicles, we are using the petrol. What about the heavy vehicles like truck, tractors, crane, JCB? So these are the vehicles. Heavy vehicles, usually we are not using petrol. Instead of petrol, we are using what? One more, the product of petroleum, that is called as a diesel. Okay, so here diesel is nothing but DI. It is also obtained DIESEL, diesel. Okay, so diesel is also the after we will get the refining from the petroleum. Okay, so diesel for heavy vehicles we are using the diesels like tractors, truck and all. We are using the diesels. Okay, so that is a DIESEL, diesel. So next one, lubricating oil. So lubricating oil. What is the lubricating oil here? You know, grease and all. Grease, where we are applying the grease to reduce the friction. To reduce the friction of the engines and motor automobiles, we are using what? The lubricating oil for the lubrication. We are using the lubricating oil for lubrication. So by the lubrication, it reduces the friction and it gives a long life for the engines. It maintains the vehicles. Okay, so that is nothing but lubricating oil and paraffin wax. Paraffin wax. So usually, you know, the petroleum jelly. What nowadays we are using in the winter season. That is a petroleum jelly. What? Vaseline. You know, Vaseline and all. So that is also the product of petroleum product. Okay, and that petroleum jelly, that is nothing but we are obtained from the paraffin wax. Paraffin wax, and these candles and all, that is nothing but the paraffin wax. Okay, so here the lubricating oil is used for the lubrication, and paraffin wax, diesel, petrol, and one more we left, that is a kerosene. You know, kerosene. Nowadays, I think you might heard the name of kerosene. Okay, in the earlier days we are using the kerosene for the stove. Okay, and in the ration also they are providing the kerosene. But nowadays we are not using that kerosene and all. Instead of that, we are using that for the cooking purpose. We are using the liquefied petroleum gas stoves. Some people they are nowadays also. Some people they are using the stove by the kerosene oil. Okay, kerosene is also one of the byproduct of what? Petroleum, kerosene, and also kerosene is also used in lamps. It was used in the lamp for lighting, and kerosene, pure kerosene is used. Usually it is used in the aircrafts or aeroplanes, jet planes. Okay, in the jet planes we are using the pure kerosene. So this is about what the petroleum production, how the petroleum is produced, and what are the different byproducts of petroleum by the refining process. Okay, so the next one is the one more fossil fuel, that is a natural gas. Okay, about the natural gas. Natural gas is nothing but it is also a fossil fuel. Okay, so here the natural gas is nothing but it is a very important fuel, fossil fuel, and usually it is a lightweight as well as easily transportable, and the natural gas directly we can burn the natural gases. Okay, directly we can burn, and natural gas in the container by compressing, that is a CNG. CNG means what? Compressed natural gas. Okay, so by compressing the gas, natural gas, we can store the natural gas, and also we can supply or we can transport easily. In the some cities like Vadodara and Gujarat and Delhi, some parts of the Delhi, we are using this compressed natural gas as a fuel. Means we are transporting through the pipes and all. Okay, so that is a compressed natural gas, and this natural gas usually used as a other chemicals, not only for fuel. The compressed natural gas is also used in the manufacturing of other chemicals. There are most other chemicals we are using the compressed natural gases. Okay, so that is the CNG. CNG means what? Compressed natural gas, and here the natural gas is also one of the fossil fuels. Okay, the next one, after this we have to study about we have to use the fossil fuels. We have to use these fossil fuels or some natural resources in a limited quantity. Okay, these natural resources to use in a judiciously. Okay, so that's because they are limited. Okay, if we are using randomly, or if we are using not in a systematic manner, one day by burning coal, petrol, this causes what these releases the carbon dioxide and causes the air pollution. Okay, that is the environmental pollution takes place. Okay, that's why to avoid that problems, to be safe and to save our environment, we should use these petroleum products and coal or all the fossil fuels in a limited manner. So that's why these natural resources we should use limitedly. Okay, how? So there is a one association, that is a PCRA association. PCRA, Petrol Conservation Research Association. That is a Petrol Conservation Research Association. Okay, so this it suggests that PCRA. So this PCRA suggests that is a Petroleum Conservation Research Association. That is a Petroleum Conservation Research Association. This suggests that us that we have to use the petrol and petroleum products judiciously. Okay, because these are present or these are available in the nature by the limited manner. So that's why this PCRA suggests that if we should use the petrol and diesel. So while drive the cars or drive the vehicles at a constant speed as much as possible, and switch off the engines in the tropic signal. Instead of keeping start the vehicles in tropic signals and all, then you have to switch off the vehicles. If it is necessary only, if it is running, then only we should use the engines, or we should start the engines and maintain the vehicles by continuously servicing and all, by the regular maintenance of the vehicles, and ensure correct tire pressure. The tire pressure also we should check continuously. So by these are the advices given by the PCRA. PCRA means Petroleum Conservation Research Association. So by this we can save the petrol and petroleum products. Why we should save the petroleum products? Because these are exhaustible natural resources. So these are the exhaustible natural resources. Okay. So here by this the chapter finished this one. In this chapter we have studied about coal, petroleum, the production of coal, uses of coal, products of coal, petroleum refining, different byproducts of petrol, and how we can save the petrol and diesel and petroleum products we have studied in this class. Okay, so tomorrow we will start the new lesson. Okay, so I will send the notes, just write in the paper. Okay, thank you.